Hey there, welcome to The Hot Slice, the weekly podcast brought to you by Pizza Today magazine. I'm your host, Jeremy White, joined today by the one, the only, Denise Greer. Hey, Denise.
Hello, Jeremy. So guess what? We are like less than 2 weeks
So,
from Pizza Expo.
so close. You and I will be heading out to Las Vegas in about 10 days, and
Yeah.
the madness is going to ensue. It's going to be fast and furious. It's going to be here before you know it. It's going to be it's going to be the largest Pizza Expo ever. And
It will be. I mean, we're
so
not
much
even,
going on.
it's not even a hype at this point. We are going
No,
to have the biggest expo ever. Like
we
it
are.
is going to be the biggest.
We are. It's going to be crazy in all the good ways. And
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
I can't wait either. And if you're out there and you love to see us on the Hot Slice, please come by the Pizza Today booth. Say hi to Jeremy and Josh and Katie and I, because we'd like to talk to you and maybe even get you on the podcast.
That's right. We're going to be doing some dispatches from the show floor. We're going to be interviewing pizzeria operators who are attending the show. We are going to be recording some podcasts there. We've got a lot going on, and we want to talk to you. We want to interview you. We want to get you on the podcast. We want to hear your story. Most pizzeria owners across the country have a great story to tell. Many don't realize that they have a good story to tell. They are so accustomed to, I wake up, I go to the pizzeria, I walk in through the back door, I get into the kitchen, I start working. They get into a routine, and they may not realize that they do have a great story to tell.
And that's why we're here, because we bring it out.
That's right. That's right. Speaking of a great story, our guest today is Tony Gemignani, the one, the only, Tony G. Contributes to the magazine, contributes to Pizza Expo in many ways. He needs no introduction. Everyone knows who he is. However, what's really cool and why we're interviewing him right now is he is delivering the opening keynote address at this year's Pizza Expo.
I know, it is going to be so amazing. And he has so much planned. It's not just us getting excited for the keynote and trying to bring folks in. He's taking it on himself to also pack the room. So it's definitely a must attend on Tuesday at Pizza Expo Tuesday morning at 8:15, but you're going to want to be there by 7:30, we hear.
You will want to be there very early, and here's why. The room will hold around 1,000 people. It will be packed to the gills. You don't want to be the 889th person to show up. You want to get there early. Tony is going to be handing out 888 pizza boxes. And there's a reason for the number that I won't disclose. He will do so during his keynote. But let's just say you want to make sure you get one of those pizza boxes. You absolutely want to get one. And if you're the 889th person, you're going to kick yourself that you didn't get up 5 minutes earlier, or that you stopped and grabbed that coffee on the way. just be there early. Make sure you're one of the first 888 people in that room.
Well, as a coffee addict, get your coffee, but just get
your coffee. Just get up. Same here. I have to have my coffee. Get up 10 minutes earlier, 15 minutes earlier, whatever.
Well, let's jump in, because Tony's going to give us kind of a sneak peek of what he's doing at this keynote, and I think you're going to want to hear all about what he has going on.
Absolutely. Let's bring Tony on.
Looking to grow your pizzeria or restaurant? Then you'll want to try the power of a cloud-based POS system. With Hungerrush, you'll get everything you need. This fully integrated restaurant management system allows you to easily streamline operations, accelerate the delivery process, and grow your business through Hungerrush 360 marketing. And it's so easy to use. Want AI-powered text ordering? It's built in. Need to track orders? No problem. Schedule a personalized demo at hungerrush.com today. Performance Food Service is proud to deliver high-quality products, innovative technology, and custom operational solutions to restaurants of all sizes across the country. The flagship division of Performance Food Group, with deep roots in the restaurant industry, Performance Food Service has been the exclusive distributor of the Roma family of brands for more than 65 years. This signature relationship has allowed Performance Food Service to become a leader in the pizza and Italian segment of food service nationwide. With extraordinary pizza cheese comes extraordinary rewards. Only Bacio Exceptional Italian Pizza Cheese offers the Gold Club Rewards program with monthly cash back on every cheese purchase. Members also receive funds twice a year to use in their exclusive marketing store. It's their way of saying grazie to customers. Schedule a demonstration at baciocheese.com/hotslice and discover how rewarding Bacio Exceptional Italian Pizza Cheese can be. Pizza is your legacy. Build it with Bacio.
All right, Tony, so you are going to, the cat's out of the bag. We've been promoting it. People know you're going to kick off Pizza Expo really with the keynote address, the opening keynote address. And you're going to do some pretty cool stuff. You want to kind of tease that a little bit for us?
Yeah, so get there early. I'm going to have 888 boxes, and you'll know why it's 888 once I talk about the keynote.
Yeah,
that are going to be filled with prizes. So everybody is actually a winner who gets one of the boxes. They can't open it till the end of the keynote. That's one thing that we're really strict about. Grande has come in. Of course, they're the official sponsor of the keynote, but Perfect Crust, Hormel, Rosa Grande, Greco, who else? Caputo, Central Milling, and Modern Cuisine. You're going to have a chance to win like 10,000 liners from Pizza Crust, or 500 pounds of grande cheese, or you're going to be able to win $5,000. So I'm giving away $5,000 at this keynote. A lot of these sponsors came in and said, you know what, you've been doing so much for the last 32 years. We really want to do something really cool. So we came together with you guys, Emerald, and it's really great. You're going to see a little teaser from Masterclass at the beginning. I won't say what that is. Very cool. And the name of the keynote is Respect the Journey. It's my life quest to be to where I am today and kind of where I'm going. And I really talk about, the magazine was, $1 million months. And people may say you can't achieve that, or it's unachievable.
I saw it.
When it came to that, it is. And I talk about where I started. I mean, back in the day, it even goes back to when I was in grammar school, and it works. It goes along like this line of where I went and where I was, and a lot of the things that went through my life to really be successful and get into a $1 million restaurant, then into a multi-unit, multi-dollar restaurant. So it's a lot. It's telling the quest, it's telling the journey, and it's I hope it's informative. I think it's inspirational. It's ups and downs. It's not all like, hey, this guy's killing it. It's not like that at all. And I want people to be there. And I used to dream too. I was a dreamer. I chased the white rabbit. I was a guy that said, man, when am I going to get my chance? When am I going to? And it took me 17 years to get my own restaurant. It didn't happen in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. I got on a lot of shows early in my career, and I thought I was going to get this restaurant, and I didn't. And I had to find funding, and it wasn't easy, and nobody believed in it. So when you think about all that as an operator, you think about, hey, will I ever get there one day? You can, and that's what this keynote's about. Is you can dream too, and things can happen.
I don't think people realize that. Everyone realizes in this industry how many ups and downs there are, and everyone has felt the downs. But I don't think people realize that Tony ever had down times. I think Tony was a superstar who just meteoric from the go, and that's what they've always seen from you at Pizza Expo or in the magazine, because you have been so successful, and obviously we celebrate that success. They see that success, but I'm not sure they understand that you were getting kicked while you were down as well.
They don't understand the heartaches, the headaches. Nobody. If you get in the industry now, I get guys trust me. I get guys say, "Man, I was there when you won your first competition. You were selling how-to videos at Expo, and you believed in the competitions." And I mean, I get guys that do that. Then you got guys that now are in the industry, and that guy's everywhere. It doesn't matter. I can't do that, or that this is wrong, or all this. And there's a lot of haters out there. They don't understand how long it took. I mean, I didn't go to college. My friends went away to college. I was stuck in my hometown. I worked at my brother's pizzeria. I fell in love with it. I became obsessed with it. I mean, if you look at that, the keynote and some of the words I'm using, I mean, obsession, regression. I mean, getting into it and not having the money, trying to find money, trying to get people to believe in me. I have all these ideas. I'm excited. I can make pieces too. Before social media, before you could advertise and say, this is what I do. I'm hot. Oh, this guy's great. No, it didn't really happen that way. I mean, you had to meet people, talk to people, try to secure a lease, people to believe in you, believing in your brand. I mean, people don't get that, and it wasn't always there, and it was a hard time for me for years. I mean, I was pissed off talking to my girlfriend at the time, or maybe my wife now, talking about like, ooh, when am I going to get my chance? When is it going to come around to me, man? This guy's opened up a second store, and I can't even. I'm still stuck in my hometown in Castro Valley. I mean, there were times like that. I was kicking the wall. I was upset. And people don't get the hard work it took to get to your first store, your second store, and everything like that. And it's a progression, like everything in life. And nothing comes easy. Sometimes it comes easy for certain people, and sometimes for me, it wasn't easy. It just wasn't. A lot of people looked at my concept, like when I talk about Tony's, and said, it'll never work. Or, what are you doing that? I mean, you really want to do all those styles? I don't get it. I mean, every single person told me that. I was like, you're trying to open up a place and you got everybody telling you like, we don't get it. You should just do something else. And you're like, I got these ideas. I'm excited. I'm young. And you got the whole world against you. So it talks a lot about that, and the good and bad, the ugly. So I think it's exciting. And then at the end, like, remember, 888, we're expecting about 1,000. Come early. Doors are going to open around 7:30.
Yeah, early.
Yeah, and you probably saw that. We're going to be handing out boxes. Don't open the box. There'll be a Grande sticker on it. And once you open that up at the end, somebody will be getting the golden ticket that Perfect Crust has been working on. That's going to be in a liner. Cool. It's very cool, actually.
Oh, that's awesome. I can't wait. You're going to pack the house. It's going to be standing room only. I have a feeling.
I'm excited about it. It's my third keynote, and I think a couple of people said, what are you going to say now? I'm like, if you look at what happened my whole life, but even in the last 3 years of what happened pre-COVID, during COVID, post-COVID, I guess you could say sort of, we're kind of post-COVID, but not really.
Yeah.
And then kind of what's going on, the franchise side of it. There's about 30 franchises coming. A lot of people don't know, but I signed literally from LA, San Diego, all over California. So there's tons of Slice House franchises coming. And I talk a little bit about the future of the industry. I talk a little bit about styles that I think will be up and coming, which I talk a lot about, but I'll even talk more about. So yeah, a lot of everything in this keynote.
Yeah. Now, you're right, Tony, because I was challenged at one point early on, because we don't really repeat keynote speakers, or if we do, we don't do it very often. And I was asked, well, hey, Tony did a keynote less than 10 years ago. Why would you ask Tony to do a keynote again? I said, I don't think you understand from then to now what Tony's been through and what has happened in that time period. I'm like, this is a totally different person with totally different experiences than back then when he gave that keynote. He's been through a lot, and he has a different story to tell now. And I think people need to hear it.
Yeah, no, I think so too. And anybody that's getting into the business and needs a little bit of inspiration, and I think the dedication, understanding. I mean, this keynote's not just about me and what I've done. You're going to see a lot of people I highlight in this keynote. I'm not going to say names yet. I talk about them. I have pictures of them, past and present. So it's a lot of history, at least my history. I'm turning 50 this year, so it's a bit pinnacle year for me, 32 years in the business. But it's in those 50 years that people I've worked with, talked with, competed with, seen win, are all kind of incorporated into this. So you'll laugh a little. You'll get definitely teared up a little. And you'll definitely come out of this saying, you know what, I'm going to kick ass in what I do, and I'm going to do what I do and not let anybody tell me that I can't do it.
How many times have you practiced already for this keynote?
I've been changing. Okay, so like I changed it yesterday. I changed it last night. I've been adding things, and I'm like, okay, I got to get it done in like 55 minutes, give or take.
Yeah.
So I've been rehearsing that a little bit. a lot, but I keep changing it, so I'm screwing myself a little bit. So
Yeah.
I won't be Mike Bausch, like boom, 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 everybody, like, I definitely will have something in front of me talking and looking and kind of going with the PowerPoint. But yeah, I'll do as best I can and try, and I'll definitely get the word out of what I wanted.
Yeah.
So
You might want to save a lot of room for the Q&A, because I have a feeling that people are going to be there for a long time with Q&A.
I think this one they may say we're not going to do a Q&A.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, we won't be doing a Q&A for this one.
Oh, I got you.
I might sell pizza Bibles at the end, possibly. That's one thing we talked about a little bit. But I think it's going to be a pretty tight one, and it's done at 9:15. Even though it's 8:15 to 9:15, definitely get there 7:30. The line will be there. 888 boxes, grand prizes in it. We're literally starting at pretty much 8:14, 8:15. So yeah, and our 8:14, 8:15 goes to 9:15. Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
I'm pretty sure we're going to have over 1,000 people there. Do get there early. You don't want to be the 889th person to show up.
That would stink so bad.
That's not going to be good. And hey, what's this golden ticket going to entail? What's the one lucky person, the Willy Wonka? What are they going to win?
Well, there's several. There's a $5,000 winner. That's the check I'll be giving to somebody, one lucky winner.
Yep.
And then there's a number of different prizes too that will also be sort of golden tickets with Grande's cheese, tons of Grande cheese, pepperoni, Greco sausage, 10,000 perfect crust liners, modernist cuisine, their set of pizza books, their modernist pizza. So, there's like 500 pounds of flour. There's Caputo flour. There's Central Milling flour.
Oh, wow.
So there is one disclaimer: is if you don't live in the U.S. or you don't own a restaurant, that Grande cannot deliver cheese to a house. If you don't have that, then you will get $250 instead of the pepperoni, instead of the sausage, instead of the liners, if you don't live in the U.S. or it can't be delivered to the address and you don't have a business restaurant. But if you had a friend that owned a business and you said, hey, I'll give it to my friend, he has a pizzeria, I don't think that could be a problem in the U.S. But other than that, you got to make sure there's a disclaimer. We're not sending Grande cheese to Tokyo or something. It would be impossible.
Be a little challenging.
Win something. And then, like I said, anybody who gets a box, they actually win something, and that's tied into the keynote. You'll get. Yeah.
I'm so excited. I cannot wait for your keynote. I know that you've been hyping it on social. We've been hyping it on social. We're super jazzed, super excited. I've already heard from a lot of pizzeria operators that are definitely, it's on their list. They will be there, and now they know that they need to get there at 7:30. So
the boxes were done by Pizza Bib. There's something else that's kind of funny within the keynote that talks about the box. It's called Up in Smoke. You'll kind of get it. It's based on the pizza joint collaboration I did.
I was going to say, was it the one I saw, the box I saw?
It was one you saw. They're bringing those Monday, dropping them in to the room. We'll be folding those that morning and inserting the prizes in them as we, during that morning of the keynote. So yeah, Pizza Big is a big part of this keynote as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So as we talk, I got to ask you, I was out there last summer, we named Tony's Pizza Napoletana Pizzeria of the Year. And then we had you on the podcast right after that. What's happened to you since then? Give us an update. What's been going on in your world, except, besides, being the keynote at Pizza Expo.
Other than the power being out here today.
Yeah, and the power out.
Storm yesterday, so I have no power. A lot of things, being on the cover of the magazine was very special to me. I tell everybody that the Pizzeria of the Year, Tony's was super special for me, and it was a pinnacle of my career too to get that. The franchise side of it has really grown. Like I said, I have 30 franchises just about sold, with 50, 100, even more coming. That took off, and there's been large groups buying them. So groups that own like let's just say 15 concepts or 20 concepts in the world may say, we want to do 10 or 15 slice houses. Those have been kind of being approached.
We'll take a slice house in
pretty
Louisville.
Yeah.
Huh?
I said, we'll take a slice house in Louisville if you got one.
I think it's kind of nice. Laura Meyer's about to open up her restaurant.
Yes, we're super excited.
Pizzeria da Laura, and it's exciting to see her kind of venture off and do her own thing, because as much as anybody in our industry, she deserves it as much as anyone. So she's gonna kill it in Berkeley.
Yeah.
You know, I won a couple other awards. The restaurant won, you know, got second in the world, or second in the US, out of Italy, for top 50, and we ended up winning another. I won it for best pizza maker in the world with the top 50 group too. So yeah, a lot of little things have been happening. I think Expo, you know, I think this is gonna be the biggest one. Expo always takes the biggest. I think it's probably my busiest week of the year.
Oh,
you know,
kicking
it off with the pre-Expo party. This year, I'm only doing one paid seminar in the morning, which is on Wednesday from 8:30 to 10. And that seminar is you learn how to make pizzas, you learn how to Detroit Sicilian grandma, how to make dough, how to make starters. That's always been a big one, and we're up to 125 as of yesterday. We're probably only keep getting about 200 or so, so we're going to sell out of that. Some of the seminars, an exciting seminar I'm doing is with John Arena and Lee Hunzinger. We're doing a seminar. It's called, it may have said Escape to New York or Escape from New York. It's Escape to New York seminar that we're doing something really cool with Sicilians, grandmas, tomato pies. That's an hour-long free seminar that we're doing. That one's going to be great, because when you're up next to Lee and John, it doesn't really get any better than that. Their pizzas are amazing. So that's going to be exciting. I'm doing a Roman seminar too that's free. I'm cooking in the Mara Forni booth for a little bit. So, and then, you know, the new tandem competition, we had that last year. We're doing it again this year. That's on Thursday morning, where teams from pizza makers from the same restaurant usually pair together and compete on who can make 3 pizzas. So that's kind of a new competition that John and I and a few others run. That's exciting. So Pizza Rock Party, Expo party is Sunday night, and that kicks off Pizza Expo, and that's pretty exciting. A lot of people don't realize that it's open to everyone, even though the tables are sold out on the first night. The bar is filled with, you know, 150 pizza makers, and they're all hanging out outside. So come to Pizza Rock 7 to 10 on Sunday night of Expo. It's a big party, and everybody's there, and everyone's welcome.
We'll be there. And in fact, I may be coming straight from the airport with my luggage there, unless I happen to be able to get it in. But, we're super stoked for the big party at Tony's too. It'll be a blast. Now I'm curious, you know, from an operator owner perspective, what are you looking forward to from, you know, your perspective of coming to Expo to experience or learn something from others? What's on your mind?
Yeah, I think, you know, when you look at plant forward companies out there that have really been coming, like Happy Little Plants is one of them, seeing what they're doing, because am I looking for more vegan options? Yeah, vegan cheeses for sure. Maybe lactose-free cheese or things like that.
Yeah.
I'm looking for that a lot. And if you've seen, like, over the last few years, you've seen like it grow from 1 booth to 5 booths to 6 booths, and you're kind of seeing more and more. You're looking for other items, like Hormel has a new sliced chorizo that they just sent to me, which was kind of interesting. Usually chorizo's in bulk and you hand pinch it or crumble it over a pizza. They have a new sliced chorizo that looks like pepperoni. I just got that in the mail actually yesterday. That was pretty cool. There's a new maple bacon that may be on the floor that's kind of coming out. It's a peppered maple bacon. I just started using it at my pizzerias that you don't even see it. This bacon is like, right when you smell it on a pizza, this note of maple comes through your nose. So I'm always looking for ingredients, you know, like I think that looking for a special ingredient that maybe no one's heard of, or a soppressata that's new out there. I think that's always exciting. And then sometimes you look at for flours like multi-grains or going to different booths and seeing what sometimes a lot of the Italian companies are kind of coming in and what they're doing. I mean, Roman's always been kind of hot. You kind of see what they're doing, looking at the exotic ingredients there on top. But then you're looking at grains like Ital Mill or Caputo. Some of these guys have new flours they'll always introduce at Expo that maybe you never heard of, and be like, wow, that's great. Or look at that crumb structure. So you see that a lot in the competition. You see it a lot of the booths. You see some exotic or new ingredients around Expo, or any kind of dietary ingredient like a vegan cheese or something that's new. I mean, that always seems like they land it first at Expo, or maybe like NRA or something like that. If you look at those two shows, like in the whole US, I mean, it's usually kind of starting out there. And Expo is just such a hub for new ideas, new ingredients, you know, and new styles. So, and tavern style, I mean, I talk about that a lot. But tavern is definitely a style that's becoming really, really more popular. You've seen a guy, Eddie, won with it in his region recently.
Yeah.
I'm getting calls about recipes all the time on how to make it because we've been doing it for a long time. So, you know, even seeing like old school styles like tavern in Detroit, seeing guys make it like Jeff Smokovich making it, you know, in a seminar, and that's just going to be really popular. Anytime you can see that or get 30 minutes of somebody demoing a style that you heard of, I think that's just so important. You know, just sit there and listen. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're glad to see Tavern get its
yeah.
due. Denise and I both grew up on
Western
Tavern style pizza here in the Midwest. It's, you know, what we've gravitated to our entire lives because, again, that was the pizza of our childhood. And we've been talking a lot about it, about how big it's starting to get now and the attention it's starting to get. And we're excited for that.
And we like the squares.
I did a seminar about it a couple years ago at Expo, and I'm going to incorporate it in my morning Wednesday paid seminar too, because I had a few people say, hey, are you going to talk tavern? And I said, yeah, I will. I'm going to demo that. And you're going to actually see a magazine, can't say which one, come out with the story about tavern and how it's becoming trendy.
Yeah.
And it's going to come out really soon.
I can probably guess, but I won't.
It's a different, not a trade magazine.
No, it's consumer.
I won't say the name, but because I actually, it hasn't come out yet. But it is a not a trade magazine, but a magazine that's coming out. That's pretty cool. National magazine, worldwide magazine. So when it comes out, it's going to be even more cooler. Yeah, I love Tavern too. It's that style that hasn't gotten enough credibility over the years.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's about to. Yeah, no doubt. So who has been, I know you're going to talk about a lot of people during your keynote, back in the day, people that influenced you. So without giving any of that away, who's maybe the one person that has had the most influence on your career? I know you talk a lot about your grandfather and the farm and all that. What about your pizza career?
Yeah, probably Graziano Bertuzzo. You know, here I was competing in Italy as an acrobat, and it was 2001, 2002. I got banned from competing.
Yeah.
I started focusing on food in the year 2000. Enrico Fama and Graziano back in the day said, hey, you should really come to our school and open one. And there was 3 people actually at the time. Here I was, this guy from the US going to Italy, winning. They said, you know, you should really open one of our schools. I said, okay. I went and visited 3 schools in Italy. And when I went to Enrico Fama's school at the time, Graziano was the guy I used to compete against.
That's right.
90s. And now all of a sudden he's this master pizza maker that's teaching how to make pizzas. So I went to that school. I got trained through him. And I would say he was probably one of the guys that when, you know, I looked at Bigas and Pulishes and what nobody was doing in the US, it was doing in Italy at this one school, is Scuola Italiana Pizzaioli. It was the oldest school in Italy. They had a book. Nobody had a book back in the day. DPN didn't have a book. Sorry, nobody had a book. And it was like the science, the reason why, you know, ingredients work with each other. Yeast feeds on simple sugars. Why do you add malt? All this stuff. I went there and learned from him, learned Roman, learned pan pizza, started to look at the competitions in Italy, how they competed, very much like the school, what they taught. And then I said, I'm going to start my own school, my own chapter in San Francisco, which I did. And I started teaching in Manteca. So like before that with Cupone. And if you look at that and like diastatic malt in the US, certain ingredients in the US, starters, even looking at my first, I had Leo Spitzeri, John Gutenkans, and Diana Kachu, Smokovich, and I mean, everybody. I mean, if you look at like that whole, like every time I had a course, and you look at guys now, Mikey Bausch, you look at Bruno DeFabio. I mean, like, if you just start naming names, even Big Dave back in the day, Michael Shepard, Chapman, Joe Carlucci. If you look at names in the industry, Audrey Sherman, Laura Meyer, I mean, things like it progressed, and then all of a sudden you saw this kind of renaissance in the US of students that would grab this here, grab that, and learn how to do Neapolitan wood, coal fire, electric ovens. One of the first electric ovens in the US was at Tony's that were used for pizzas, a Cupone, a double stack in the corner. The evolution of electric ovens in the US. Guys leaving the school and buying an electric oven, either a Cupone or a Pizza Master. And so if you look at that, that was a big deal. So like Graziano Bertuzzo was a big part of that. And he was this acrobat that became a champion in pizza making and a master instructor. I kind of went down the same route of that. If you look at what I did early in my career to now. So I would say he was a big influence. He still organizes the competitions in Italy. I help organize the competitions in the US with my team and things like that. So we kind of went down the same path, so yeah.
Awesome.
That was amazing. All right. Well, we won't take up any more of your time. You're still dealing with a power outage because California just keeps getting slammed.
Hammered.
Kind of rain. It's crazy, but I'm looking forward to seeing you. What in a week and a half?
10 days.
10 days.
11 days. 10
days.
days. 10 days. We'll see you in 10 days.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right.
See you, Tony. Thanks.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.